myself. I'm Nagarjuna. I've been into SAP for almost 13 years now. I started my career as an ABAPer and I moved on to BW. So from last 4 years, I'm into HANA space. So that's a brief introduction about me. And I've been delivering more than 100 plus trainings in SAP HANA. That is on the HANA application consultant side. And also I delivered few trainings on the HANA administration side. Around 15 plus trainings on the administration side. So that is my teaching experience. And coming to my project experience, currently I'm working in a project in Riyadh for one of the electronics company in Saudi Arabia. So that's a very brief introduction about me. And coming to today's demo, the demo is mainly focused on the SAP S4Hana. But I suggest that participants who are attending this demo, if they have already knowledge about HANA, it is better. But if they don't have knowledge on HANA, probably they can attend SAP HANA first and then come to S4HANA. That's a better choice. So first of all, now what is S4HANA? SAP S4HANA is the next generation business suite of applications, and it's a new product fully built on most advanced in-memory platform that SAP has today. With most of the modern UI design, with most of the modern UI design and principles, with including the SAP Fiori user experience. SAP S4HANA drives major simplification, especially on the customer adoption, data modeling. So there is a very simple data model when you compare with the existing data model that ECC has, and completely a different user interface. Now, which SAP most of the time they operate on the above application layer. Now, better decision making and good business processes and models. And also, it basically supports Internet of Things, big data, and business networks to help business run better in the digital economy. So coming to S4, the first thing is the user interface that SAP introduced, which is SAP Fiori. And the second one is a simplified data model. And also it's available on-premise edition as well as on the cloud edition. Now, first of all, what is S4HANA stands for? SAP S4 is basically a short term for SAP Business Suite for SAP HANA. It brings the next big wave for SAP innovation for customers who want to transition from SAP R2 to R3, and from 2015 onwards, from February, SAP has come up with SAP S4HANA. Is a new product with entirely a rewritten application with a new code line. Now, I'm sorry, 1 minute. Now, if you see when SAP started with R1 in 1972, and they have come up in the mainframe 1979, and then they have come up with the client-server architecture in 1992, and with MySAP in 2000, and they came up with a service-oriented architecture based on NetWeaver in 2004, which is an ERP, and from 2011, they've come up with an in-memory computing, which is SAP HANA. So HANA is an in-memory, it's an in-memory, column-oriented, and does parallel processing of data. So that was the product that was introduced in 2011. Now you have more than, especially when we talk about HANA, we have more than 6,000 plus customers who have already implemented HANA. Now in the last few years, how the world has changed in terms of digital economy and how different devices get connected to each other and how different sensors in devices gets connected to each other. So due to big data that is been evolving in SAP HANA, SAP wanted to come up with a new technology wherein they want to completely build the entire business suite of applications at the HANA database level. So that's the reason they have come up with SAP S4HANA, and it has different editions. One edition is S4HANA on-premise edition, S4HANA Cloud Edition. A customer can go for S4HANA on-premise as well as a Cloud Edition. Now, what are the key benefits that customers are going to expect? The key benefits is, one is the business value, and it creates new opportunities to reinvent in business model as well as to increase the revenue and profit, especially when customers want to explore more on Internet of Things and big data. The main facts about SAP S4HANA is, the first thing is it has a smaller total data footprint, higher throughput. So data model is very simplified, where a lot of redundant tables like aggregate tables are removed. They've come up with a very simple model, and no locking as well as the parallelism that is inbuilt into HANA. You can do prediction. You can have SAP HANA on cloud. There are multiple extensions. You can have HANA as a multi-tenancy model. So once we have this innovation in place, now there are different deliveries, especially on the on-premise as well as on the cloud edition. The first thing is already offers a business scope in similar terms in terms of the transformation delivered with SAP Simple Finance. SAP Simple Finance is a product that's been delivered by SAP and mostly used by companies. Now this is mainly for SAP accounting powered by SAP HANA. In also a cloud edition, you have different services that are being provided. One is the cloud marketing edition. One is the cloud marketing edition, especially for marketing line of business applications. The other one is the professional services edition. Now that supports mainly for professional service industry. And the third one is the cloud enterprise edition for a fully ERP in scope. Especially when we see about SAP Simple Finance powered by HANA. Now it's one of the solution where it used all the capabilities of in-memory. One is open platform, columnar storage, transaction processing as well as analytical processing, compression, no redundancy of data. So Simple Finance is a solution. Now that's the first step that SAP has come up with S4HANA roadmap for customers. Now, this solution has demonstrated the value of simplification. For example, there are no indexes, no aggregates, and no redundancy, and provides instant value for financial applications. And also S4HANA on-premise edition leverages a full scope of SAP accounting powered by SAP HANA. S4HANA is also available cloud edition on a public cloud offering. It also now, I think day before yesterday, they've also released the general availability of cloud edition to the customers. They also released the general availability for the customers. And the cloud can also support multi-tenancy. The major advantage of data modeling using in-memory platform that S4HANA delivers, especially for transaction processing, high volume of real-time analytical processing based on unified data model without creating any redundant layers that is basically required by the traditional RDBMS system. Now, the advantage is this reduces the total cost of ownership. The second one is examples for redundant data layers are custom built applications based on the database tuning efforts such as secondary indexes, application built-in performance accelerators such as aggregate tables, or multiple general ledger versions which are part of ERP are no more necessary. So the final thing I'm trying to conclude over here is there is a massively simplification of the data models and the data processing layers that enables business and technology innovations for all the business functionalities that are delivered by SAP. Now in here, as a HANA platform, you have applications, the front end using JavaScript, you can use Fiori UX, and the databases services like you have transaction, analytical, data modeling, stored procedures, multi-tenant database containers, different libraries, text analysis, graph, planning, predictive analytics, streaming of data, and you also have different integration services like smart data access, smart data integration, and also open source software like R integration. Now coming to the evaluation of HANA. In 2011, as you know, SAP has come up with HANA, and then they've come up with Business Suite powered by HANA. In 2013, now before that they have got Business Warehouse powered by HANA. It's a data warehousing solution. Now ERP or Business Suite on HANA. And SAP has come up with an application called SAP Simple Finance, that is in 2014. And in 2015, with the concept of simplified, new user experience, and advanced processing. Now, especially when you see S4HANA and Business Suite have the same semantics. Now, SAP has developed a new product, especially where the data structures and the elements of the Business Suite for maximum compatibility, and it also has a non-disruptive migration. Now, however, SAP S4HANA provides a simple and new business functionality on top of data structures that are natively built in HANA and designed for the new interface for Fiori. Now, the on-premise Business Suite customers If they have the latest service pack, which is SAP SP7, can easily move to the new product simply by migrating the SAP HANA database, by applying the new code functionality to the existing business suite environment. So for the customers who already implemented business suite can seamlessly migrate to SAP S4HANA. Now they're almost an on-premise edition. Currently, there are more than 2,000 customers who are already using Business Suite powered by HANA. And as for HANA, there are around 300 plus customers. The fundamental difference between Business Suite powered by HANA and S4HANA is mainly to eliminate all the artifacts that have been introduced as a performance optimization that is mostly suitable for classical row-based RDBMS. And there are something like aggregates, programmed indexes that gives no value to business and only provides faster access to sum and to aggregate data. Now, on the downside of it, these created interconnections with the applications and also the complexity on how the locking mechanism and to avoid conflicting of updating the aggregate tables. Now, however, with the significant code that has been developed by SAP and also the lengthy ETL process, extract, transformation, and load, and also to apply the transformations, lengthy data preparations are mainly causing the data latency. Now with S4HANA, these different types of workarounds that were the restrictions in the past based on the technical limitations are no longer necessary. As the latest information, even on the time travel queries, on the column stores can be accessed seamlessly across all inserts, updates, and therefore eliminates any performance optimization that was done in the past. Now, if the customer is already on ECC 6.0, now he will have to move to the latest enhancement package, and also they have to migrate the database from any database to SAP HANA with the combined deployment and the exchange innovation of new code. Now moving to S4HANA from an existing business suite powered by HANA customers is even faster as only the deployment of the exchange or the new code is required. Now let's move on to the next one. So this was the S4HANA was talking about the new user experience and simplified data model on-premise as well as on the cloud edition, and also supports Internet of Things, business networks, and social networks. Now coming to the cloud edition, I'm sorry, I think, Yugender, are you able to hear me? Mr. Yugender? Hello?
Yes, sir.
I think it got muted. Please don't mute me. Kindly,
Yes,
participants,
sir.
please don't mute me. Thank you.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, so coming to the S4HANA Cloud Edition. Now, as you know, SAP was been betting on cloud for almost a long time, and it also want to position itself as the cloud company in HANA. SAP has launched Cloud Edition as a part of SAP S4HANA adoption, and also alongside on the traditional on-premise adoption model. S4HANA Cloud Edition is a pre-configured version. Now, 1 minute, I'll just try to show you the UI. So basically, this is an on-demand cloud edition. So S4HANA Cloud Edition is a pre-configured version that is on S4HANA Cloud that is licensed on a subscription basis per user that allows company to basically jumpstart and use SAP HANA seamlessly with a very small effort without having to worry anything about buying the infrastructure or even the installation of software or even having to make any customization. So S4HANA Cloud Edition integrates seamlessly with other cloud applications like Ariba, which is mainly used for purchasing, and SuccessFactor for human resources, Field Glasses for vendor management, Concur for travel expenses, and also supports the other hybrid scenarios with the applications from SAP HANA Cloud Platform. Let me come back to the slide. So in the S4 HANA Enterprise Edition, so when you have so these are the different cloud editions, and when you have the S4 HANA Cloud Enterprise Edition, it's a pre-configured version of S4 HANA offered exclusively on cloud as a subscription basis. It also covers the main key processes of ERP, highlighting those scenarios in financials, especially on cash management, accounts payable, accounts receivable, profitability and cost analysis, accounting and financial close. All these are the key processes of financials. SAP S4HANA Cloud Enterprise Edition also supports under accounting and financial close. They also have general ledger accounting, period and closing in financial accounting, asset accounting, under cost and profitability management, overhead cost accounting, in treasury, cash management and liquidity management. And coming to the logistics side, that is, we typically call it as sales and distribution. Sell from stock, plan to procure. SAP S4 Cloud Edition also takes care of logistics processes such as procure to pay. In procure to pay, they have quotation for procurement, consumable purchasing, procurement without quality management, stock transfer with delivery, return to vendor, and physical inventory. Now coming to the order to cash management, it has credit management, free of charge delivery, sales quotations, sales order processing, foreign trade export processing, advanced customer returns management, and rebate processing. So these are the different applications. Now coming to the production, plan to procure, internal product development, MRP, materials requirement planning, production subcontracting, coming to the request to service, it has period and closing, internal projects, internal services. Now coming to the integration with Arabia and SuccessFactor. Now what integration does S4HANA has with SuccessFactor? Now in the earlier I mentioned that S4HANA Cloud Edition supports natively integration with other cloud solutions like Arabia and SuccessFactor. In SuccessFactor, it supports employee and employee data, project staffing, SAP Fiori timesheets, and transfer working times on SAP S4HANA Cloud Edition. Now coming to the Arabia networks, it can integrate with purchase order to Arabia network, plan to procure and procure to pay, and receive supplier invoice through Arabia network. It also has marketing edition. Now in the marketing edition, access to different partner fact sheets, prepare email campaign, analyze the success of email campaigns. All this can be done with integration with SAP sales and distribution. So these are the main key scenarios that are on the S4HANA cloud release that has been released only 2 days back. Only I think on June 18th. On June 18th, these were the different applications that were general availability for the customers. I've seen we're talking about simplified data model. Now, it also combines the transaction and analytics platform on a single in-memory platform where you can have both the engines can be natively integrated in S4HANA. Now, this is one of the simple model in SAP Simple Finance, wherein you have no indexes, no aggregates, no redundancies of data. To keep it very simple, with the same model can be used for transaction processing as well as for analytical workloads. So in this course, what we are going to mainly cover in here, so what we're going to mainly see as a part of this course, So mainly we're going to see SAP has recently introduced a new course which is called S4H01. Now I already got trained in S4H01. I already got trained. So it's basically a 2 days training program from SAP. So I attended this training in Riyadh. So basically this training is mainly focused. The goals that you can expect on this training is business benefits from S4HANA capabilities, S4HANA solutions and system architecture, and use of experience of simple finance applications with SAP Fiori application. So these are different audience, any people who are from application consultant, solution architect, IT manager or project manager, any executives can attend this course. The prerequisite is if you have HANA, it is good. If you don't have also, it is okay. You can directly attend this course. So basic understanding of business processes like financials, human resource, sales and distribution. So my focus will be on the financials as well as on the logistics area and even some part of HR like e-recruitment, succession planning, personal development, personal administration, time management, payroll administration. As a part of this course, we're going to focus on SAP HANA SP09, and this is a very high level content that is given over here, which is S4 HANA, the basics and technical concepts, roadmap, and why we have to use Business Suite powered by HANA, introduction to simple finance, and Fiori. So this is one course, and the second one is, so my course that is based on that I'm trying to deliver as a part of this course from the SAP standard training. One is introduction to S4 HANA, that is one thing. The second one is SAP, which is HA900, which is SAP HANA Live. So when we say 2 days, so each session is of 8 hours, 16 hours. So in here, the recommended course for this is HA100, that is Introduction to HANA. So anyway, I'm going to give Introduction to HANA in this course. And then we're going to move on to see SAP HANA Live overview, consuming of SAP HANA Live models, modifying live models, and synchronizing suite and HANA Live models. That is the second one where the course will be based on, and it will be in the latest service pack, which is SP9. And the third course, that again from SAP standard training, which is SAP HANA Cloud Solutions, which is an introduction to here. So in here we are going to see different cloud editions. What is SAP strategy? What are the different cloud editions? Enterprise cloud. What are the different cloud platforms, different subscriptions available? And here we're going to see what is HANA, different strategy in cloud, enterprise cloud, cloud platforms, and integration of different cloud editions. So mainly this course is designed based on S4H01, CLD 100, and HA900, and also introduction to HANA for participants who are not coming from the HANA background, which is based on HA100. So that is the delivery of the course. The course will be for 30 hours. The course is a 30 hours course. And it is scheduled to be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday 3 hours, Saturday 3 hours, and Sunday 3 hours. So we'll see. So first I'm trying to schedule for 3 hours, and then later I'll take little longer time, 3.5 to 4 hours. So that is the basic outline of the course. And each participant will get system access. So this is So we'll launch this on the cloud. So we'll get the system access for 1 month. So 1 month I will provide the system access to you. And further, if you want, you can extend the system access. So I'm going to provide all the materials, latest materials for S4HANA, all the business blueprints, and all the documentation. And also you'll be given the video recording. So every day, whatever we're delivering these classes, this will be recorded and provided to you. And server access of 1 month will be provided, video recordings on all the latest materials. Now recently SAP also introduced a certification to S4HANA. So we're going to spend 5 hours on the certification, how to clear SAP S4HANA certification. So that is the course agenda. Now if you have any questions regarding this, please ask me. Anyone have any questions? So here we have one question from John. Does S4HANA relate to SAP BW? Okay. So in order to, basically if you see, BW will continue to represent the preferred solution for the enterprise data warehousing and to help customers to consolidate data from different sources. Now it can be from SAP or from non-SAP sources. Now using BW, the main benefit is you can get a consistent view across the enterprise. SAP BW has been also optimized to run on SAP HANA platform, which is known as BW powered by HANA. Now that's about BW. Now coming to the S4HANA. Now S4HANA delivers a built-in real-time operational reporting capabilities that typically covers all the analytical use cases in the context of business suite. So therefore, BW will still continue to act as a central enterprise data warehousing solution. All right. Yes, we are going to cover R3 to S4HANA migration topics as well. The next question here I have is, what's the pricing of S4HANA? Now, especially for an on-premise version, where SAP Business Suite customers need to purchase SAP S4HANA, a foundation promotional license to run the new S4HANA code line. Now, until this September of 2013, until this September 30th, SAP is basically giving a promotion to the customers. Now, if a customer is already using SAP Business Suite and to have to procure SAP HANA runtime license for Business Suite, so first he has to have the SAP HANA software and will get the SAP HANA S4 Foundation promotional license with no additional cost. Now also for an existing SAP Business Suite customer with a valid SAP HANA runtime license for Business Suite, which is also called as LREA. Now these customers are also eligible for SAP HANA S4 HANA Foundation promotional license. Now coming to the cloud edition, The pricing model is a subscription based. Now for that, you basically have to contact the local sales representative for cloud edition. Yes, next question is, do we avoid SLT if we have S4HANA? Yes, we avoid SLT. Exactly, we don't use SLT, but still you can use SLT to get data from heterogeneous systems from SAP or non-SAP systems to HANA. So one question, this course is not suitable for HANA administrators. So HANA admin is a completely different course, and S4 HANA is completely different course that is on administration side. So other question here is, are success factor Arabia or SAP Hybris or the other cloud solutions from SAP included in S4 HANA product license? Now, basically, S4 HANA is planning to integrate with our existing cloud portfolio offerings. So that license is different and S4 HANA license is completely different. So both have a different licensing model, but still they can integrate few applications. So I'm into business one. So what opportunities are open for me? Okay. So basically, if you see, SAP Business by Design remains to have a dedicated end-to-end cloud ERP applications that is only for mid-size. So for mid-size companies, we use Business by Design. If the companies want to run on the entire businesses on a single cloud application, now even SAP Business One remains as a dedicated ERP option for small scale businesses. So still you have Business by Design and Business One as it is. But for large scale customers, you may go for S4 HANA. I mean, large scale mean subscription based customers, but still both the products will still remain. So participants who are not from S4 HANA background, what I strongly suggest is, please try to get the fundamentals of S4 HANA, SAP HANA, and then you can jump into S4 HANA. That's my suggestion. Yes, the training will include simple finance configuration as well. So we're going to cover the simple finance configuration. So S4HANA will only run on HANA database. It cannot run on the third-party databases. It can only run on the HANA database. So next question is, S4HANA can still run on ABAP platform? So I'm just answering question one by one. Please, I'll just try to answer one by one. So next question was, SAP HANA S4HANA still runs on ABAP platform? Yes, S4HANA will be based on SAP ABAP platform. And there are also primary extensions framework for all SAP S4HANA systems. So you have HANA Cloud Platform extensions. Now this allows customers to extend S4HANA in a compatible way. Now any changes in ABAP will be restricted to a private cloud or and an on-premise versions. So technical skills, as we discussed, there is no prerequisite, but if you have a strong knowledge on HANA, it will be very good. So what modules are available in HANA? So you have the core financials general ledger and also logistics, which is recently released. The part of logistics has been released. Now coming to the logistics, now if you can, I'll just try to show you. So this is the S4HANA logistics, which is recently released, which is SAP Simple Logistics. So what solutions? So you have in financials, you have simple finance. In professional services, you have project systems. In sales, you have simple logistics. So finally, what I'm trying to say, S4HANA is the biggest announcement that SAP has made since R3 in 1992. Now it has a basically significant value in the economy of the world as a whole, and also provides a lot of use cases for SAP customers. So in future, there are a lot of openings and a lot of customers will get benefit of it. So currently you have around 300 customers. But just to say, when I started my career in 2011 on HANA, during that time, the first implementation that I participated is in GSK. There are like 2 to 3 customers, but now if you see, there are more than 6,000 plus customers. The same way, S4HANA is just started on February of 2015. So future, there are a lot of openings and good demand in the market. So that's what I can say. And so coming to BODS, all the ETL process we don't have in S4HANA, that's on the native HANA. So native HANA course is different. That is based on HA100, 300, 350. So HA100 is Introduction to HANA, HA300 Implementation and Modeling, and HA350 is on the data provisioning. On the data provisioning side, you have BODS. So we are not going to cover all those as a part of this course. Now this course will have mostly on HA900, the deeper analysis, CLD100 and S4H01, and also migration of Business Suite to SAP HANA, and business processes like simple logistics and simple finance. So this course, now if you want to learn on SAP HANA information modeling or all these things, now you have to enroll to a different course, which is HANA Introduction or HANA Application Consultant. But this is a completely different course. Yes, I will provide all the PDF to you, all the relevant materials, everything will be provided to you in the Dropbox. So all the videos, recordings, certification preparational material, all these things will be provided to you in the Dropbox. So that is on the technical aspect. On the technical aspect, I will show you different S4HANA data modeling techniques as a part of this course. So we don't require any knowledge like ABAP, but if you have, it is good. If you're already an ABAPer, it is good. Sandeep, you have good openings in, so because you're already from business one, so you'll have a good career in S4HANA, especially if you are from business one. So yeah, in S4HANA, most of the time you have operational reporting, and these reports are already delivered by SAP. Any other questions, please? So it's a 5-weekend course, 5 weekends. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 5 weekends. The timing, I think Yugender will inform. Yugender, are you there? Mr. Yugender?
Yes, sir.
So what timings have you planned?
Morning session, sir. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, according IST,
Okay.
8 a.m. 8
Okay.
a.m. sir.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions, please? Anub, you can talk to the admin. Anub Hamza, you can talk to the admin. There is a course. I can talk to the admin guy. Yes, Nagaraju, you can opt for S4HANA course. Now, if you're already from if you're very strong in finance and strong on BPC, you can opt for this course. Yes. And I'm just going through the questions one by one. Just give me some time. Yes, exactly. Simple logistics and simple finance both will be the native SAP HANA, which is on S4 HANA. Service pack is SP9. I think I have answered all the participants' questions. If you have any question, if I missed out any question, please kindly type in here if I missed out any question. Yeah, it's better to have SAP HANA introduction. So I will conduct few classes for participants who are not from SAP HANA background. I'll basically conduct 2 regular classes on a daily basis. So participants who are not coming from SAP S4HANA background, HANA background, they can first take that classes of 2 hours each, and then they can attend S4HANA course directly. So you don't have to take the entire HANA course. You can just take the Delta part and then come to the S4HANA. A simple logistics will be covered in this course. Simple logistics will be covered. So coming to the materials, which is HA900, S4H01, and CLD100. Any other questions, please? So mostly the course will be on the technical front and the business process for finance and logistics. So this course will be based on SAP standard training material, which is 900, CLD100, and S4 H01. Yes, we're going to cover that part as well. So participants who are not from HANA background, I'm going to take 4 additional hours to give introduction to HANA. Participants who are not from HANA background. So that will be additional to the course. That's not on the weekends. That is on the daily classes. Okay, then thank you so much for your time, and good night and good morning. Thanks so much. Thank you. So Yugender, hello Yugender, Mr. Yugender.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, so I'm leaving the session. So if you want any questions to ask to the participants, you can ask, and I'm leaving the session. If you want,
I can discuss with him directly, sir.
okay, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great
Thank you,
weekend.
sir.
Thank you. Bye.